Welcome to the Charisma Check Podcast. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Peter Johnson. I'm here today to play Dungeons and Dragons with my friends. Specifically, to my right.
Hi, I'm Jacob Frank, playing as Aizen Cruxis, who just found out that God is alive.
And to his right.
Hi, this is Adam Flynn, playing Cloud, the Tabaxi Sorlock, who, I don't know, just had some lovely tea and scones.
Mm-hmm. Kind of traded places. The action last week, whatever. And to his right.
I'm Jessica, playing Davor, who is the giver of the scones and the tea and the really cool lab now.
And to her right.
I'm Nathan Wintermute, playing as Hawthorne Flaxtop, the halfling artificer who just lost his only passion in life.
And to his right.
Carl Belue, playing as Pip Hiltfray, the nosiest halfling in the room.
Yes.
No character development last episode.
Yep. No Chris again, unfortunately. He'll be back.
Hey, Peter.
Oh, hey, Nathan.
What happened last time?
Oh,
Well, let me tell you.
let me say. So last time, still split up. Cloud and Pip had an interesting conversation with Davor, who led them into some kind of underground facility beneath the workshop, and then through a magical gate with his magical ring into a magical laboratory. Meanwhile, Aizen and Hawthorne and Dunk and Earl Grey, while traversing the strange dwarven district, were accosted by two even stranger creatures. One was a giant frog-looking thing that tried to eat Aizen. The other was a small, hairy man with goat legs that tried to wrap them up with hair rope. Nearly kidnapped Aizen. They were both killed, not Aizen and Hawthorne, the monsters. And then, just as they finished, Davor used his magical ring to summon to him both Hawthorne and Aizen, but not Dunk or Earl.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Yeah, true.
Still not on me because no one told me.
Yep.
Whoops.
So here we find ourselves in the strange lab with Davor and everybody.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to get up off the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I? And I'm going to point my sword out and I'm going to hold the gun.
Yeah.
Knowing it's not loaded because I haven't reloaded it yet. But I'm just going to start pointing it at people. Where am I?
You do realize that two of the three people you were pointing those weapons at are people that you know very, very well.
As I realize that.
I'm saying this to you. You do realize
people you
you're
know.
pointing weapons at us.
Intimately.
And I'm going to...
We all know about those light night butt scratches.
Where are we? And I'm going to drop one weapons. We'll sheath them.
Okay.
Maybe get to...
Sheath your
What's
gun.
going on?
I'm going to point at Davor and go, look.
We made a friend.
It's rude to point. Yeah, that's where that finger goes.
I'm going to stick out my hand for a handshake. But it's very much covered in blood because I just got in a grueling fight.
Mm-hmm.
If you're ready to put your knife and your gun
I already
away.
did.
And yeah, just look sarcastically. But I shake your hand and shrug because it does not bother me in the slightest. So
Firm handshake. I like it.
thank you. I appreciate it.
And
Have you heard about the good Lord and Savior Savor?
I have, but I'll pass.
Okay. As long as you heard.
I am like close to the ground, kind of kneeling as I got pulled through the gate, holding what looks like kind of an arcane type or just an old-fashioned wrench and screwdriver. And I'm panting. What just happened? I look
So
around.
I'll turn and get closer to him and try to seem as reassuring, but I feel like it's still imposing because he's so big. But I'm trying. It'll be all right. It's fine. You're safe here.
This is a safe place.
Feel safer.
Be safe!
Feel comforted.
I'll take a step back.
Hug!
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna get Dunk back?
Did you didn't bring Dunk through?
What is this dunk you speak of?
My construct. My life's work.
Oh. Mm.
I can't believe this. All right, I'll go get him, and I'll start to fiddle for the timepiece of travel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll hold my hand up. I've met people of your interest before who spend their lives doing similar things. I can go get this for you. I'll help. It seems like we all know each other.
Well, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there was one more person we needed you to get.
Earl!
Um,
We need to bring Earl back.
Then we
So-
cut to Earl just standing in the alley looking around like,
He
Which-
threw a rock to
Here.
get you out of that. He saved you.
so,
Which I'm not saying, but I'm reminding you.
Yeah. So our friend,
And Dunk,
yeah, Dunk is a friend, but Dunk is more like a
friend,
uh-oh.
a pet. A pet.
my best friend.
So I
I'm
walk
hurt.
I walk within range of you to say I've had friends with such friends before, and his friend needs picked up.
And our incredibly dangerous charisma golem friend also needs picked up.
You forgot about a whole golem?
Yeah. Whoops. Sorry.
An entire golem.
Well, I mean,
Most
not
entire. I mean, define
bits and pieces.
define entire. He's very nice. You'd like him. You might
whether
want
you
to.
wanted to or not.
I can just take us all there together. It seems like would be best.
Quick question. Do you happen to have any potions of healing on hand? I seem to have misplaced mine.
And I go to a cabinet that looks very similar to
Or know of any spells to heal or something? I am in very bad shape.
I am about to die.
Pretty much.
I forgot the name. But yeah, I feel like it would be like a cabinet where you have your flammable liquids and things,
Yeah.
and he walks off to that to go get a potion.
Oh God, I know exactly what
Yeah.
you're talking about from working at BMW, like the big
Exactly.
metal cabinets
Yeah.
with the
Oh, it's got all the
Yeah.
It's got the
spray paint,
Band-Aids and all
spray
that.
paint
Mhm.
cans.
yeah.
Exactly what you would go to if stuck in this room.
Yeah, you open it and start rummaging through potion bottles. There were two
I
potions.
feel like there wouldn't be rummaging though. He's so fastidious.
Oh, that's true.
Why would he?
You have two potions of greater healing in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too, but I'm not giving them out. He also doesn't know that I have them, so yeah, no harm, no foul.
What a clown.
I just want the podcast people to know that I have them, and he's not getting them.
Utter clown. Okay, so yeah, I walk up to give them to you.
Oh, thank you so much. I feel like we're going to get along very nicely. I'm sorry to eat you out of house and home, figuratively.
So long as we sort out the orc crew situation and the Cassie's parts and the shooting with foosball part, I think we'll make it.
Okay, so
How do you know all
how does
about
she know this? Where are we?
I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, so we're technically like, well, I don't know where this is, but where we were before this was under the workshop.
So I spin around really quick. Forgive me, I've forgotten all my manners. I'm Davor, and I shake your hand.
Hawthorne.
Oh yeah. Also, he may or may not, but I'm not going to question it because own the manor.
So
Still,
Wait.
so Aizen, when
Yeah.
you're the one who did the research really on the manor,
Mhm.
going through the stuff. So when Davor says, "Hi, I'm Davor," to Hawthorne, that definitely rings a bell for you.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I remember the letter that was left,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, with the timepiece of travel.
Mm-hmm. Did you keep the letter?
It's a good question. I don't.
Oh, you want your bag back?
are you
Yes,
withholding the
please.
letter? Is a good question.
No, I'm not withholding. I probably wouldn't. I would probably just have left it in the room.
Okay.
In the house. That's it. It didn't seem important, but I do remember the name.
Okay.
But after the introducing of myself, is there anything I could help you with aside from getting this dunk friend of yours? Are you ill? Have you taken injury in these battles?
No, I mean I'm fine. Aizen's the one who took the brunt of the damage. I'm more interested in this workshop lab. Would you call it? Is this yours?
It's
Yes, where
not.
are we?
It's mine now, but it's a sad inheritance, really.
It doesn't look sad. This is glorious.
This is a very nice workshop.
It is fantastic, but some of it's seriously ill-gotten gain in the way that it's come about. But as long as the creature that you were fighting is not coming after you, do we need to get this dunk creature in a hurry? Because it's a longer story to tell.
And Earl.
And the golem.
He's nice, I promise.
I suppose I'll have to trust you.
You have a quick way to get him.
I actually do.
Should we just...
And I just turned to them so that they could make the face of, we should jump in this portal.
You have used all 3 of your charges.
I thought it was the third one.
No, because you had to use...
one to get in
Dang.
there. One
Well,
to
he would have
summon
remembered
Aizen,
that.
One to summon Hawthorne.
Dang. Yeah, we're going to have to hoof it, guys. Ooh.
Well,
And that.
Hawthorne has a piece of the orrery.
Yes, I was about to use it before I saw this lab, but I could teleport us there.
That would be good. Forgive me. I haven't had to move so quickly in so many days. I don't come here except when I want to be in the lab. I actually have tried to do the decency of not staying in your home as you're in it and announcing my presence more so. But it's your part needs to be your part and my lab needs to be my lab. But we can talk about the lab when we get back.
How many times can you use the timepiece of travel?
Once per day, it seems.
Once per day. So if we use it now to go and
We'll either have to come back the long way or wait and...
Well, we were headed on our way to visit the Hags again to see if they could give us more information on the last
And we
component
might...
of the
And I'm also going to, just kind of note over. And also, his manor needs a deghosting at some point.
True.
He's been here for so long. That wouldn't be my concern. I think with the show on the way out the door last, as long as we keep people out of it for the time being, this would be the least of my concerns. So far as getting to these hags, but I don't have a good history with them. Why do you need to see them?
They promised us they would give us information on the components of the orrery, and they gave us some good information the first time.
Yeah, I probably should have... I think I forgot to mention that thing. Yeah, they told us where it was.
Mm-hmm. They do seem to have a vested interest in us completing the orrery as well.
Or we could just kill him.
That would complicate things, though. You're taking on a much bigger group with the hags than we think, really. But that would be my concern. No need to piss off the Feywild and anyone in it just yet. But what could I do so far as what I know about the Feywild to apply here? What could I roll for over these 5 years? Let's do it.
Intelligence Arcana check.
Boy, okay.
Okay.
Oop.
Too loud. 24.
24. You remember both from your time in the Feywild, the interactions you've had with Fey creatures, including hags. They're not really to be trusted.
I thought so.
Yeah, you know they can't lie. Yeah, but they do so love bending the truth.
Figuring out how not to lie is not that hard.
Yeah, to get their own desires met. Your instinct is not to trust them, for sure, just from what you've been through in your life.
So I take a moment and I quit really responding to any of you. But after pausing, say, is there any other way? Is there any other way to do this?
They know of at least one more location of one of these pieces, and we're barring... Well, did you have any luck at the academy?
Once we return, we've set some of the undergraduates on the task of seeking out some information.
So, barring waiting quite a while, they are our best lead.
And I just look.
Our only lead at this point.
I think that's not the case. What do you need to know that these young people are looking for that I could answer?
I mean, we need to know where more parts,
We
where
need
more
more
parts
pieces of the
are.
orrery.
That's all you were searching for? Does it not reach past into our history a little bit more than that? Would the house stuff help?
Mm-mm.
No.
Nope. You actually,
But-
this is one thing that you really
Good,
know nothing
okay.
about.
Because I wanted to at least sort that before we moved on and resigned yourself to
I mean, if you do
Hags.
know about this house, and the manor and everything, maybe with your help we could defeat Lord Silverheart and reclaim the manor, but we still have an issue. Currently, we may or may not be wanted men and a woman.
Murder.
When we last left the manor, Lord Silverheart had caused some deaths, and as we were leaving, I believe one of the high paladins came to the manor. Might have been, I don't know what he was alerted by. May have been a disturbance in the city unrelated to us.
We cause a lot of disturbance.
So the notice on the door and things left on the ground.
Yes, I mean, it wasn't our fault. We just happened to be there.
And we do. I do apologize. I did not realize that you were still currently occupying the manor.
I try to stay out of the way, but I'm very attached to it for how long I was here with.
You weren't attached to any of the furnishings in the manor, were you?
Well, the library was my favorite space, to say the least.
Okay.
You don't care about kitchen floors.
As long as you've upkept it to the best of your ability.
Sure. Yes, to the best of our ability.
Then fine. Don't
We've
worry.
had to make a few minor adjustments to the manor, but
You know, I've only been living as like a vagrant in the woods for about 16 years, so the best of my ability is probably a little lower than most people.
Yeah.
It's on fire. I can't remember.
No, it's just a kitchen.
But don't
But
worry
there's blood all
yourself.
Oh yeah, there's blood all over the library.
don't worry yourself too much about the state of the house. Those things can be fixed because I'm sure it didn't go all too terribly wrong to make it such a big deal. But if we have to talk about the history of the house, we'll get to that with Lord Silverheart. But I'm just trying to sort what could help you with this hag situation because I'm so reticent to go deal with hags unless I absolutely had to.
Well, you wouldn't have to. I mean, as far as we know, you're unknown to them, but they know us. And in fact, they're probably expecting our return.
Forgive me if I'm being brash, but what are you getting out of this? There's a lot of what we can get out of this, but I haven't heard of anything that you want.
Well, at the moment, this house used to belong to Guard. So just having it and just possessing it and just keeping Raccoon's lab as close to in an appropriate way
I beg your pardon?
it should be. Raccoon's lab? What you're standing in right now.
Aizen just loses it.
I have no idea.
He kind of like anime style. His eyes, like the top part of his face, just blacks out.
So I just turned to that. What is wrong with him? This is Raccoon's.
I have no idea, and I don't even know.
He's going to take his long sword and just slam it through a table.
No. Raccoon used to own this lab. That's why there are so many interesting things, among which assortments of eyeballs that he took on our adventures and
Raccoon
things
is a
he
person.
picked up.
This explains a lot.
Yes.
I still don't know anything about him.
No.
Raccoon murdered my father.
He murdered many people's fathers at certain points.
Man.
It's unfortunate that your father was amongst those. But at the very least, hopefully, we could try to sort out how to use what he's left behind to your advantage now. That's what I'm doing with it now.
What was your relations with him?
He's part of Guard. When we use this acronym, as goofy as it comes off sounding now, he was the R of Guard in that.
Oh,
I'm aware of that, but how are you personally with him?
Well,
Were you just simply allies, or were you friends?
Oh, I would say absolutely at the beginning we were friends. But those friendships can endure his turn and how he chose to be at the end.
So he's gone.
He's gone because I ensured it. He had to go. He had to be finished as far as I could do it because of what he was doing and like killing your father and killing so many other people.
Still alive.
I have killed him. I have cut him in half and ended him. But I also understand Raccoon also seemed to have been ended many times before I did. So I don't trust it. Just like I don't trust hags.
Okay. Aizen's just gonna kind of
There's a lot to ponder.
sulk back.
Which you're wearing very good armor for.
Yeah.
This is my
Just
sulking
clink.
armor. Still had plate mail noises.
Does it have a hood that you can put up the hood?
Yes.
Steel hood.
You can have a salt corner. It's fine.
Well, I've always said Aizen has a hood. He
Well-
doesn't wear a helmet. He's got a hood.
Just pull the drawstring so it's real tight.
I'm not going to lie. I'm completely lost. I have no idea who this is, who you are, what Guard is. I've literally been here for 2 days, so I'm going to leave it up to everybody else to figure out what we're going to do.
Well, I, for one, would like to get to Dunk back. So, if everyone's willing, I am going to teleport us.
I think we should.
Hand on his shoulder.
Do I touch you?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
He's just going to do it.
Honestly, I'd rather you not. It's just more awkward that way. So I'll take out the timepiece of travel, concentrating hard on that, just on that alleyway, and teleport us all.
Okay. So, Davor, you go with them, I'm assuming.
Wouldn't it just take me, since he seems to be focusing on this
You have to
room?
touch.
No, you don't have to. It's within 10 feet, and if you're a willing creature, you'll come.
Yeah, which I think would be good because my body will go, so my body is willing. And I'm with you.
You just wanted to say my body is willing.
Yes.
So you guys all feel that kind of centrifuge like whirling around you, where you see the last time you used it, where you see the kind of spinning world around you transform into different landscapes as you pass through them. You're fingering a die ominously.
I'm prepared to roll my save.
To vomit?
Yeah.
And then you all suddenly appear in the alley, which Hawthorne and Aizen obviously recognize. And I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Good.
Yeah,
I got a 10.
I rolled a 9.
Oh boy.
Oh, I rolled
And that's with a plus.
1. Yes. Could I also still have out my Vorpal sword, though? Is that possible?
I mean,
Like, I'm at the
sure.
ready. I'm concerned, but I'm going to throw up on myself. It's going to be great. On the sword, probably.
Hawthorne, what'd you get?
12.
12.
Natural 20 plus 5.
Oh. All right, yeah. Pip was
so
ready.
stout.
Everybody else was not.
Pip is basically just standing like he was before.
Maybe after what you went through with the mushroom tea and everything, you're like, oh, this is nothing. I'm good. But everyone else begins vomiting. And
I'm going to point at the ugly dead frog thing.
That's what I peeked
What
on.
is that?
yeah, so while you guys are vomiting, Pip, yes, you notice the corpse of the weird frog monster, as well as the body of the other thing, the hairy goat boy,
Can I search him?
on the ground,
Ew.
with kind of long strands of hair all around it.
Prison
And
pocket.
you see at the other end of the alleyway that leads out into the main thoroughfare what looks like Earl Grey astride Dunk, attempting to get him to go. He's like,
That's exactly
Is it like the ponies at the fair where the kids think they're doing something?
and he's
Aw.
just not budging for for anything that Earl's
Does
doing.
Earl have a smile on his face?
Oh, always. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
Hey, Earl, come meet our new friend.
Oh, cool. And then, you guys stop vomiting.
I still want to vomit longer than them and just be leaning over a Vorpal sword, just,
Yeah.
just unrestrained.
I'm glad to see.
Unrestrained vomiting.
Just-
I'm glad to
You're a
see
large
Dunk is-
person. It can
yeah,
be
there's a lot of
vomit.
vomit.
I'm glad to see Dunk is okay.
You
gonna
just
eat that?
had an early dinner.
No, you can have it. And then I walk off from him. You can have the vomit.
But yeah, Pip, you said you want to search. What are you searching?
Their dead body.
Which one are you starting with?
The frog.
Let's make an investigation.
He's going to fit in Raku's lab just
I'd like to
fine.
search the body of the hairy guy.
Okay, cool. Investigation check.
15.
15. So Pip, you start prodding around at this thing. It's got this very thick, like frog, like toad-like skin, but it's still slightly damp. And it's got this multitude of wounds all over it where they fought it and killed it. And it's got this huge gaping maw. And when you look in it, you kind of peek in its mouth. You see, like, tucked in between its teeth and its cheek, there's some scrap of some kind of fabric.
Okay.
I will
Wow.
stick my hand in its mouth and
Solid
try to
plan.
pull the fabric out
Yeah.
between the teeth.
You can. It's real gross. But, you've probably done worse.
Oh.
You pull it out, and it looks like it's like some kind of baby blanket. Like a piece of some kind of baby blanket. It's got that
My baby blanket.
distinct kind of like, very soft texture and weave. Like, you get the impression.
There's a little head of an animal on one corner.
Yeah, it's got like a little Totoro on it.
So you had to make it the ultimate bad guy.
Yeah, you don't know if it ate a baby or if it's like just maybe that's its baby blanket it carries around. You don't know.
Since that's it in its teeth.
Mm-hmm.
It just needs comforting, really.
Yeah, so Aizen, you search the other thing. It has, along with this giant stone club, it's like a stone great club, it's got a sack full of, like, throwing rocks that it would have used if it got the chance. And it's also got a pair of iron shears kind of tucked into its belt.
Okay.
But that's about all it has.
Iron shears are the what piques my interest the most. So I'm going to take those.
Yeah, they're just like scissors.
Just scissors?
Yeah, iron scissors.
Okay.
As we land, I'll look up and see Dunk and genuine
Yeah.
expression of relief floods my face.
Mhm.
But I'm like, I bottle it down like, this is, I knew I could do it.
Yeah.
I knew he was that good.
What's the John Mulaney quote? It's like, I have all these feelings and I'll push them all down and then one day I'll die.
Yeah.
That's the... Yeah.
But I would also like to, if I could, get some clippings of the guy's hair.
Okay.
Because I think
What are you using to cut his hair?
Well, I would try just cutting it normally
With your,
with
like your
just a knife.
knife? When you cut its hair off, the section of hair, the hair that you're holding and cut off turns to steel fibers in your hand.
Like just normal steel.
It's like steel, but it's got the kind of flexibility of like thick hair.
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
going to hand my shears to Hawthorne.
Oh, well, thank you. And I guess does that any different?
When you cut the hair with the iron shears,
Mhm.
the hair turns into iron fibers, like iron hair.
So,
And you notice that the iron hair that you're now holding is the same thing that the rope is made of.
Ooh. Yeah, can I just cut all of his hair
What are you cutting it with?
with the shears?
With the iron shears?
Yeah.
You can like cut him
magic
bald.
sword.
Like his hair, his beard, everything,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
if you want.
yeah.
So while he's barbering this corpse, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Well, I mean, so I'm still on the okay. Well, we've come over here.
Mm-hmm.
My focus, due to my mission, is assemble the orrery.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to relay. So we need to find the other pieces of this orrery.
Mm-hmm.
The only lead we have is the hags, and I know you don't like them, and I know because I mean I'm just going to assume I have at least some knowledge of the Fae due to my connections with my patron,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that they can't be trusted. But we need this information. What we do after we get it, I don't really care. Although don't mention this too loudly to Earl because he is he might be their child, but he's a very special boy. But
Yeah.
that is the only lead that we have currently
stands.
available to us at this time, and I would say we follow it.
So, were you closest to me?
I was
in
talking
the-
to you.
Like I know, but like near enough away from them where it might seem like an aside in this context. Are you standing amongst them?
It's I'm not really trying to like hide it, but I'm close enough to you to where
Okay. Yeah.
yes,
So
they're going to be a good ways away.
In the same kind of context, I'm turning to you to essentially just say to you instead of the whole group, I'll do with this what I have to, what we will have to do in this to get the information. As long as we all go into it understanding what could go wrong in the Feywild.
We needed to make a decision.
Yes.
Yes. Well, Aizen's busy
All right.
I throw my coin.
filling up a hairy boy.
I think we've made a
I throw
decision.
my coin. Tails, we go to the.
Could I grab that
Definitely
coin out of the air and stop that?
Stop that business.
When
Yeah.
you look at the coin, it's tails.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I huff about it and agree, and we just look at each other. Yes, let's go.
Okay.
If I have to do it, let's do this shit.
All right. Let's
is
do
holding
it.
the
Let's
whole
get
deal
this
up.
done.
So Earl continues to ride Dunk.
Poor Earl.
Before we
And as he's riding Dunk, he kind of pets him and he says, "You're a fascinating bovine creature, aren't you?"
Did you just say bovine?
Mm.
He's learning bigger words. I'm starting to get worried a little.
Well,
He says, "Indeed, is its taxonomy not apparent?"
That is a very astute observation. Earl Grey.
Thanks.
Have I taken him off to the side and helped him? Have we done some phonics work? What happened?
It's
Earl,
Dunk.
how are you
If you sit on
learning
Dunk,
this language, this dialect?
So I've always known it.
He's a special boy. Let's move on.
Okay,
I hang back to try to keep tabs
I'm a
on
little
this.
worried about.
Oh, and I also
no.
like taking, back of the party for, fight purposes.
Yeah.
So the other thing is as we're kind of moving, I guess, our way through the Dwarven District, which interesting.
yeah.
Not my cup of tea,
Yeah.
but
It's getting dark now, and you can see there are lampposts periodically that kind of seem to light up. There's some kind of gas lights that are fed by some kind of underground gas system in this district.
well, I'm
Good thing we don't stand out. Huh?
going to like
I had to put on a cloak. I'm wearing
aside to
vest.
not deliberately leaving out Davor, but just knowing that kind of everybody else knows Earl and knows the circumstances in which we acquired him and the circumstances in which Aizen failed to harm Earl the first time we saw him. Hey guys, if this turns sour, should we perhaps get Earl away from here?
I think it might be wise that when we discuss matters with the Hags, he hold back.
But if we do not have Earl, then the Hags might not be happy with us.
They
Don't look at
have
me.
our- well, we haven't harmed him. So if they have any connection to Earl at all, they'll know that.
In fact, we've probably been very, very good to Earl, other than leaving him.
We could just have him hang out in the courtyard.
But what I'm saying is, I'm worried that if Earl isn't with us when we go to speak with the Hags might get very suspicious with us.
I mean, it's just a risk we would have to take if...
Well, what is the risk? That we lose Earl?
I'm more concerned that they can command him in some way. And you saw what happened to Aizen. He couldn't even touch him.
But they need us. They said they need us to get the orrery pieces.
I'm just trying to be cautious here.
I feel like that was a hasty decision by the DM, and that he was just trying to prevent me from going into initiative at the very end of the session.
You could find out.
I don't understand what you're talking about. DM? What is a DM?
I don't know, just
It's
kind of
not
speaking
printed
out of
on
my
the
head.
stat block or anything.
You don't want me to stay with Earl? Just watch him?
Well, we could.
Because y'all could just tell them, hey, we got him. He's speaking.
But it's like your input matters, Pip.
We could just have a couple people go in.
I would say maybe have him hold back in the courtyard.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure that we were all aware. I mean, I've grown quite fond of him. He seems like a good guy, but
Dunk certainly likes him.
I would prefer that we not have to eliminate him, and I would also prefer not to have to try.
Let's just go talk with the Hags.
Ultimately, yes, I agree with you, Cloud.
Okay. Why don't we have him hold back when we get there? If things turn sour, we can always call him in.
I'm nodding.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Through the Dwarven District.
Yeah. So you head through the Dwarven District and eventually reach the gates that lead from the Dwarven District into the slums.
Mm-hmm. What do we see?
No guards there, right?
Yeah, there are guards there.
Hey, Earl. Davor, you'll like this.
I was going to try to suggest that maybe I've been around enough where I could get through it. But this looks good. Let's
Hey,
see
Earl.
what this
Hey,
is.
look, more friends. Show them your dance.
I'll say, oh, yes, that old gem. And he'll jump down off of the...
Capital, sir.
Is he doing a more sophisticated dance now?
It's a box step. It's fine. By himself, he does
He's now
both
doing
parts.
Footloose.
Care for a waltz. He actually goes over and just starts making conversation with one of the guards this time.
Oh.
Yeah. And then the other guard waves the one guard waves the other guard over, and they're just talking and like really engaged with each other.
And now we go through. Although I do say this is a little bit less visually amusing.
With my passive perception, what are they saying?
As you walk by, you can hear him talking about the differences in architecture in the city and their impressions about, the brutalism of the dwarves versus the naturalism of the elves and the...
Have we taken him around the whole city?
I think we're missing a district.
So in
Betrays
my
mystery.
it being in the back to try to be protective, I am rushing quickly behind all of them, but still complaining about the same thing, saying that something is off.
Mhm.
And I'd been trying to look at that, but now in understanding that he's talking to them at the very least,
Mhm.
seems to be like no golem I've ever seen.
Mhm. But you guys can go through. No problem. They pay no attention to you guys as you walk through.
Stunned about it.
Yep. Does Earl rejoin us as usual?
Yeah, he does.
That was an exemplary. Demonstration of your abilities, Earl.
This is what. Well, thank you. Perhaps you should work on your elocution, my friend.
I'm about to give you an education.
Okay. Yeah. So I would also wherever the cat's meow is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere near.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, you guys are kind of in the danger zone now, as it were, because
into the
Lord.
So I would say, like,
when you go back into the slums, there are now not only the Tabaxi Mafia you have to worry about, but an increased city watch presence.
I would say, like, as far as like a mechanics perspective, I would think we would be more in like that slower paced kind of walk, trying to be a little more sneaky-ish.
Yeah, if you guys want to try to get through and avoid crowds.
I'm actually going one step further. Pardon y'all, I'll stay with you, but just be here for a second, and I'm gonna pop invisible.
Oh, that works.
I'm gonna jump on it.
Works for him.
And then once I'm invisible, I'll say, I'm still here, just keep moving.
Hey, this ring of levitation, how would that play out for me? If I were to use it, if I had to get me and the real chatty ass golem above someone else, is that possible? Could I hold him and do it if I was wearing the ring?
I don't know. What's the wording?
Wish I had all these cool magic items.
Yeah, I had to beat face to get him. It's crazy. Yeah, we did have a whole thing about it though. What I should keep. I have had many things taken.
She
It's
helped
bad.
kill a Sararak, so she earned it.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
And
Got
defeated that
artifact.
ghost once. It's a
I fought a
thing. We'll get to
beholder in a previous life.
You did not do very well. If
I
my
still
previous
fought
life
it.
version remembers.
I still fought it.
Sarah, right. Okay, so, I picked the wrong ring. No, I actually don't think I have the card for that one. I actually pulled it up. Ring of Levitation.
Okay, levitation is only vertical.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You can only move forward or back by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach, such as a wall or a ceiling.
Okay.
So we could pull them like a balloon.
It's like Nova, the arrogant ass, and she's a Hexblade Warlock.
Yeah. So yeah, the levitate's only vertical, but if you could do like a balloon, like tied to a rope, and levitate up and then pull.
Mm-hmm.
Like a balloon.
I'm Mary Poppins.
It
Tiffany.
does say that you can use your. So it says you can change the target's altitude by up to 20 feet in either direction. Otherwise, you can use your action to move the target, which must remain within the spell's range. So I don't know if that's.
I feel that's only up and down.
Well, you're the DM.
Yeah, I mean it's not. Otherwise, it would just be fly.
Right.
You know, which
Yeah.
is
Okay.
Well, if we need to surmount some things that we can't, but yeah, I got nothing. I am still trying to hang back and talk to the golem, much like a child. That sidebar of just trying to maintain
figure
whispering conversations.
what's up with the golem.
Yeah,
basically.
just so. How did you
make an Arcana check. For me.
Okay. So I want, which also helps me in this hag mistrust business because he's a product of them. 20 non-natural.
Well, when you get closer to him and start examining him as you're talking to him, he's very clearly a flesh golem.
Mhm.
You've seen flesh golems before.
Yep.
Stitched together,
Gross.
corpses
Yep.
or body parts. But this one is very finely crafted so that the stitching is almost indetectable unless you're very close. And he's put together handsomely. So that's very special. Normally, flesh golems are hideous, monstrosities.
Special hags.
Yeah. And the fact that he is intelligent at all is also unique. Most golems are baseline like animal intelligence and are usually commanded by someone.
So these would be some particularly powerful magics
Yeah.
to make this happen. So I should have new concern that we're not just headed to hags. We're headed to some fiercely powerful hags who are liars that I don't trust. Great. I'll ask him where he went to school. Where did you matriculate, fine sir?
I'll say I attended the Academy Arcane in my youth.
Oh, how long ago was your youth?
I don't know. What year is it?
I don't actually know.
I don't actually know the year either.
No one knows this.
It
man.
is 1568 Acadian or ACF.
I'm going to give you a point of inspiration for that.
Yeah. Go, note takers, go.
He'll say, oh, that was several hundred years ago.
He shouldn't be near as old as me. This is a problem. No, I just, much like with a child, but is probably not going to carry me much farther. Oh, yes, awesome. Fantastic. Great. Oh, great.
So, as you're talking, you guys are stealthing through the district, basically. Let's get a group stealth check.
Oh.
Dude,
I have on a cloak, though. I'm trying to hide my orc
Can
body.
I have advantage? 'Cause I'm
Yes,
invisible?
you have advantage, and you do still have disadvantage.
Wow. With advantage.
Wow.
You're just meowing through.
That's an 11.
No, I actually
Oh.
That's
passed.
with advantage and a +7 modifier.
Wow.
That's an 11. My highest was a 4.
That's real bad, y'all.
19.
Okay. Aizen with a 19. Cloud with
I
the
rolled
11.
a nat 20, but I can't use it.
Davor.
24.
Hawthorne.
Hawthorne has 17. Dunk has an 8.
Okay. Pip.
11.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's kind of half and half.
So, yeah. Basically. Oh, I got to roll for Earl.
Yeah, Earl's the
tiebreaker.
Wow.
He's too busy talking.
Okay.
All right, we are not stealthy.
Yeah,
even
you,
though I am
you guys
invisible.
kind of try to take back alleys. You think you're doing pretty well. You don't run into any city watch or anything, but you still get the impression that you're being watched.
Does Izzy still have his invisibility abilities?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
How can you say that 5 times fast?
Does Izzy still have his invisibility abilities? Invisibility abilities? Invisibility abilities?
Is he invisibility abilities?
So,
Is he invisible?
so I'm going to walk up to. Yeah, I don't trust Aizen to do this. Davor, could you do me a
Yes.
favor? I'm invisible. I'm
trust the
invisible,
person
by
you
the
just
way.
met.
But I'm gonna be like, can I like?
I naturally seem like that has no bother for me. It's just
So I'm
accustomed.
just going to. Can you maybe lead me for a little bit?
Sure, if it would help knowing that these things, don't want to be too obvious. I'd like to hold on to a corner of my cloak that may seem a little less obvious.
I'm invisible, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah,
Oh, you don't want to announce your presence otherwise. Okay.
yeah. Well, what I'm going to do is, as we walk, if Davor is leading me, I'm sending Izzy up as an invisible scout, staying within 100 feet, and I'm going to see through his senses to see if anybody else is following.
Okay. Let's get a perception check from Izzy.
On a completely unrelated note, I'm reloading my pistol.
Okay. It's totally irrelevant to whether or not you get spotted by the mafia.
As we're
You just have
as we're walking, I am going to pretty much constantly have a hand on Dunk,
Mhm.
like a nurturing mother. Like, Dunk, let me polish that spot. It's okay. I'll cast an excessive amount of mending spells.
You're like, oh, there's a crack in the cobblestones. Don't watch out. Don't trip.
So yeah, Izzy, I'm rolling terrible today. Yeah, that's a 7.
7.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to notice anything out of place.
Oh wait, no, he has advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sight, hearing, or smell, keen senses. That's a lot better. Okay, the first one was a 4. This is a 19, so 22.
Okay. As you send him up to kind of scout around, you notice that you guys are being followed.
Can Izzy tell by what?
It's clearly a tabaxi person.
Okay, I'm just going to relay that to Davor to tell the group there is a tabaxi following us.
I turn around. There's a cat afoot. Not a cat
There's a cat
foot.
hoof.
Is it? Yeah. Is it cat hoof?
That's a paw.
Catapult.
Cat.
And then I look at him like he's an idiot. And even though he's in the dark, say it's a paw. And then I'm sure the golem will have a smart ass answer about what paws are.
Anyway,
Wonderful.
yeah, so I'm going to basically direct Izzy to as long as we can, and I will drop it if there's some semblance of attack going on. But I'm just going to have Izzy hone in on this individual and get closer.
So you guys are still making your way through the district and still being followed.
I'm going to ready an action. It's kind of like trying to tuck away the pistol. Just that way, in case like anything pops out, bam.
Yeah.
I'm doing the. I'm putting my hand in my jacket and pulling the pistol around to the front.
You've got the like Gangstalicious shirt with the hole cut out at the back.
just don't cheddar bob it.
Goodness gracious!
Don't tuck it in the sweatpants.
As I was
Shoot
saying,
yourself in the foot.
I mean, so you guys are gonna ready the weapons that we stole from the people that are following us.
Can't
Tucking
catch us
it
if they
away.
Can't walk.
Okay, I'm just.
But they never look like they're doing anything other than just following you, and you continue making your way through the district until you get close to the area where, the warehouse is, where the hags have made their den.
I want Izzy to get like within 10 feet of the of the creature following us.
Okay.
And see if I can hear anything that they're saying or know of any. Maybe see if I can recognize.
Let's get a stealth check from him with advantage because
Is Izzy a guy?
Huh?
Is Izzy gendered?
Izzy's a male.
Okay, I didn't know. why I asked.
Stealth for Izzy is a 13.
Yeah, I roll a 2.
Need to buy
So-
dice.
So yeah, it doesn't seem to notice Izzy getting close.
Okay.
He is just following and kind of keeping his distance so that you don't spot each other, or like you guys don't spot him. And then every so often he pulls out one of those little sending stones that you saw from before that they were using in the club.
Yep.
And he's relaying you guys' location.
All right. I'm going to relay. Davor, I know you might not recognize what I'm about to say, but tell the group it's definitely one of the mafia.
I look very annoyed right now. I turn behind myself to say, he has said that the mafia is coming. It seems important.
Thank you, Davor.
You're welcome.
We need to get.
I guess I could just be
now.
saying these things.
Yeah.
We need to press post haste.
Yes.
Let's do. I didn't think I'd get mixed up in all this.
We apologize.
I'm not apologizing.
And
Yeah.
we will make this up to you somehow.
He will.
Acquisitions Incorporated will.
I laugh to myself.
Yeah. So do you guys then just continue to where the hags are? And
I'm going to have Izzy continue just to keep
okay.
Yeah. What kind of? I mean,
Stay vigilant.
Actually, I'm going to have Izzy fly back up and scan the area to see if anyone else is converging.
All right, let's get another perception check.
Could I do a check for where I may know that's just a different way to do this? A faster way?
16.
You notice as he's relaying to you, eventually, as you guys are getting closer to this warehouse where the hags are, there is a small contingent of tabaxi that are approaching from a different direction, trying to kind of like cut you off.
Wonderful.
Do any of them have gray fur?
One of them does.
So,
They're an Eladrin elf. mixed
with
all
that
them.
knowledge
No.
and the recognition that occurred to me as I was trying to steal the chronolometer of a particularly gray-furred tabaxi individual who we thought we might have killed, having been responsible for my exile, I am actually not going to say anything. I want this to happen.
Oh.
Other than to the group, get ready.
I think that's where we'll end up.
Wow.
Did you relay get ready to my face?
No, I said it to everybody.
Which is very annoying. That's just one of those.
it's like
God.
for what? What you talking about?
So will
Yeah.
you be able to join us next week?
Yeah, I should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
So we'll end with the Mafia and what is presumably 5 chains converging on our heroes who are approaching the Hags.
Sweet.
Okay.
Cool.
And I'm at half health, so this is gonna be interesting.
And still no magic.
No magic.
I got my spells.
That's good times.
Yep. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
All right, now what spell am I going to launch right at 5 Chains' face when I see him? It needs to be good.
If you blow up a cat in front of me, I just don't. This has been a weird day. But I've watched enough from you weirdos from afar to know it might not be completely out of order for you to do that. Just.
Oh no. Last time Cloud wanted to he saw the thing, he wanted to get the thing and get out, and he had the spark of recognition. And then he had a lot of time to think and dream when he was unconscious. And I dredged up a lot of memories that became very, very clear to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so, this time he knew this was probably going to happen, and he wants it. He wants it bad.
Well, he's got something for you, too, just so you know.
Now he's got a bigger gun.
He actually does.
Yeah.
Well, unless that gun gives him true sight or blind sight.
How heavy is that gun, Peter?
Heavy enough.
Is it 5 pounds?
It's specifically 6 pounds. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like what we do, be sure to check us out on Patreon. We're going to have lots of cool stuff up. More Mothership, as soon as I finish editing it. Other systems we're going to be bringing out for as little as $1 a month. You can support us and get access to all this bonus content. Also, check out our Instagram, where we, monitor all our shenanigans. And be sure to tell your friends and family and people on the street how much you love us. Or tell us. We would really like that.
Yeah.
It's a good affirmation.
If you listen to the podcast and you live in the areas,
That's no.
That is all beeped. Just the whole thing. Just
All right,
You
deleting
told the
this whole
Mafia
episode.
where we live.
Yeah. Don't tell the
Do not tell the
Mafia.
real world where we live.
you can meet Adam Flynn at his house.
I will kill him.
Anyway, check out Found Familiar Coffee, fantastic D&D themed coffee. They support the hobby. They're very eco-friendly.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. So go to their website, foundfamiliar.com, enter the coupon code CHARISMACHECK, all one word, at checkout and get 10% off your entire order. And otherwise, we will see you next week.
Bye.